Hi friends, welcome to Tints and Toons. Today we are going to draw a duck and also if you stay for long we are also going to discuss how did I start my small business called Tints and Toons. And with respect to drawing the duck, I'll give the illustration and the swatches below in the description. You can download it from there. And before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Harshini. I sell art printed on products. Let's begin the video. So here I'll just start with a sketch. While starting with the sketch, let me start with the existing pencil. So before I start, I'm just going to draw with with our existing brush. Anyone who bought Procreate will have these brushes. I'm not going to use any other custom brushes. I'm just going to use the existing brushes. If you don't want to sketch, you can directly skip to the painting part using the timestamp given below in the description. Now let's begin to draw. So going to the sketching brush, you can use any of the sketching brush which you are comfortable with. I think I'll just use this Procreate pencil for now. First, draw a circle, a simple circle, and then let's convert this into a duck. Just draw one line here, and then one more parallel line here, and curve it. While curving it, make sure that it is nice and round. And then draw a line over here, just some feathers to begin with, and then connect it behind the circle like this. That's it for now. And go to the eraser and erase this portion so that you can structure the neck. I'm just drawing some eyes over here. This is just a rough sketch. Now let's draw some beak. So before drawing a beak, let me erase some portion over here and go back to the pencil. You can use any eraser brush comfortable for you. So I'm just trying to make the duck's mouth looks a little bit more cartoonic rather than the real duck. So that's why I try to open the duck's mouth. And here I think duck's mouth will be slightly bended. So let me show you how I did this. So first I have drawn this curve. You can draw this curve and draw a conical shape. Now let's open the mouth. I have drawn this conical shape, and then now just draw two lines over here. Then erase this extra line. Now just join this over here and just shape it, and then shape the above beak as well. Leave some structure to it so that it doesn't look exactly like a cone. So this is how I drew the same beak, and then I just changed this line slightly over here. So whenever you're drawing any object, just draw with the basic shape and then turn into a beak. So it will be more easy. Now let me erase this. and then go back to the pencil. This body portion is slightly more up, so I'm just adjusting it. Reduce the size over here, and you can adjust it. That's it. The main character is drawn. So what I'm going to do is just select it, use your three fingers, drag it down. You'll get some option. Copy it and then paste it. And then use this flip horizontal to flip it and bring it slightly down. Make it little smaller and place it over here. Now let's erase the body and make it slightly a smaller body. This is the advantage of using digital technology, that you can simplify some of the processes. It doesn't have to be complicated. I used to draw with actual paint and brush. I love that process. But since I am selling art on the products, I am trying to use digital, but still the fun stays the same. That's a different kind of fun. Everything has its own pros and cons. I know I'm not like exactly teaching how to draw and all. I'm just talking as we draw. Now let me draw some leaves in the pond. Just random shapes. So as I continue to draw, I'm just trying to draw some flowers, like white lily flowers, and just be roughly drawing. You can paint it. So now that's it. We'll bring some more leaves while painting. This is just a rough sketch. Let me bring some character to the face, eyes. I'm just going to use the selection tool to select it and slightly turn the head and then make the eyes little bit more expressive. So that it feels like they're having some, I think, let me merge it. The duck got pasted in a different layer, so let me merge it. So while drawing the eye, just draw one inverted U and just join it. I know the actual duck won't look like this, the eye portion. This is just to bring some character to the illustration. That's it. Now let me lock this layer. So what I did is I just wiped this layer and locked the sketching layer. Now let me create a new layer and then go back to the first layer and unlock it. Before unlocking it, reduce the opacity to 40%. Now, now you can lock it. Now go back to the layer 2, go to the brushes and then go to the painting section. So this time let's choose this acrylic brush. Now, so before that, let me create a new palette. This palette, I'm going to create a new palette, and whatever color I'm using, I'll just paste it here, and then I'll just give this link in the description. You can just download the palette and then use it and color it along with me. So right now I'm just going to use some bluish color. I'll save the color first, hopefully, and decrease the opacity to around, this is the opacity place. Here just decrease it to 50%. Start always light. Let me check the brush size. It's very thin. Let me increase it to 50%. Now just entirely color the water. Okay, let me redo it. Increase the brush size more to 100% and just color the water. Try to color it without lifting the brush so that it will be in one single stroke. That's it. This is just the first layer. We may make it lighter or darker. Now let me select a greenish color and give one more layer. And let me reduce the opacity to further to 30% and color it. I'll also provide the outline sketches if you just want to color it. So you can see there is a bluish tint also, there is a greenish tint also. Now go back to the eraser brush, go back to the same painting sections, select the same acrylic brush and just erase the top portion. It has to be slightly lighter. It's more darker now. Let me erase a bit. Use more pressure to erase it more and less pressure to just smudge it along with the existing paint. I'm using more paint to erase more and using less pressure to not have any hard edges, so it just gets smudged. That's it. Now let me select a brighter green. Okay, before that, let me go to the history and save this green, which I used as a second one. Now, select the third color, which is like a bright green for the leaf. I'm first saving it before I forget. Now, let the opacity be at 30%. Let me reduce the brush size to 40%. Now, 40 is very big. Let me reduce it to 15%. Increase the opacity to around 80% and color the leaf. It need not be within the lines. because we are not going to use the lines in the end. It is just for reference purpose. You can just color the leaves with the same acrylic brush. Just use circular motion so that you will not have any hard edges. Like, for example, if you color here and then again lift it and color here, you'll see some hard edges over here. So without, to avoid that, use circular motion and color it. Let me know if I'm very fast or if you want more in slow version of the same thing. Let me know. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. So while I paint this leaf, let me tell you more about myself. So I'm painting and coloring since my childhood. I used to illustrate even during classes, lecturers, with just my pen and paper. I used to draw even my lecturers and make them happy by showing the illustrations to them. Few teachers who are more friendly, I'll just show it to them. And then just during COVID time, I took art more seriously and took a course from Keshav Ratnavil Kesh Art. His website name is Kesh Art and it's called as Drawing Camp. I just learned some basics of drawing and illustrating. It helped me a lot. I'm just drawing these leaves as well. I'm just coloring these leaves as well. And then I also took up this 100 days challenge from him and it improved my drawing a lot. But this idea of converting art into products is my long term dream. And last year I just started this website in the month of December called Tints and Toons, where I started with calendar. So what I did is I just bought a photo printer, a good quality photo printer from Epson, and I started buying papers, quality papers, just by visiting the paper shop, exploring, testing it multiple times, and then bought some raw materials. Let me tell you what all. Before that, I'm just drawing some extra leaves as well, since I just sketched only few. Just drawing some extra leaves as well. So until then, let me explain. So I just started with calendars, and then last year I sold calendars in two themes. One is dog themed and bird themed, and they sold pretty good on Amazon. Sideways, I also listed my product on Amazon. Since it was a new website, I thought Amazon will have good visibility. But what happened was I sold through shelf ship. There is an option called shelf ship where you can only pack, print, and send. So I thought I'll let me send it as and when the order comes, and I did that, and it got sold. Like as and when I received the orders, I also gave some ad on Amazon. So you can't. The harsh truth about Amazon is you can't sell a single product without giving an ad. And ad also costed me around 50 rupees per day. So I thought, okay, I have invested so much amount in printers, I have invested so much amount in papers. I bought a binding machine to spiral bind the calendars. I also bought a cutting machine to cut the papers. and tested it out. I bought the boards, the stickers to make the base board of the calendar, contacted many different suppliers of the board because you don't get it ready made. And nearby, there was one good soul who. So, before moving on to my story, I'm just selecting a white color for the flowers, just increasing the opacity to 100%, and then just coloring some of the flowers. Just stay with me, and maybe you can also listen to my story or just paint along with me. Now, what happened was only one person who was very willing to give me the kappa board. Kappa board means, let me show you. I have one damaged piece near me. It's not a good piece, but this is the board which I'm talking about. This is the calendar design which I sold last year, and this is the board I'm talking about. So these stickers which I bought and made the boards myself and sold like around 50 calendars last year, and it gave me some confidence. Like, okay, my designs are worth it, people are liking it, people are ordering it, and okay, next then I moved on to bookmarks. For bookmarks as well, I needed a laminator so that the bookmarks are sturdy. I used the same photo paper, same printer, it doesn't cost me more. So I just thought that let me test the bookmarks as well. So again, I listed on my own website and also on Amazon. So since after that as well, my website doesn't have much visibility, I thought let me list it on Amazon as well and gave some ad with the same budget. You don't have to have multiple budget for each product. With the same 50 rupees to 100 rupees budget, I again listed the bookmarks and again it got sold. I sold two varieties. One was floral and one was fairy pink. It again got sold, and I was so happy about it. And then I gained some confidence as well that okay, people are liking my designs, and if I do it with more designs and varieties, my websites will get visibility. And then I moved on to custom calendars, and then I moved on to. So I had an idea of selling stickers in future, so I moved on to other products as well. So right now, me and my husband together, we are selling a money journal and everything. So where we track some expenses. It's a money journal. It's a planner kind of thing where every month has an illustration. So this is outsourced. So testing phase, what was the printer which I bought was only for the testing phase to only check whether the products are viable, if it will get sold, and I'm not risking to manufacture in bulk. I just manufactured as and only when the product I received, and I did not do a bulk manufacturing. So I just bought the printer so that I'll just print it as and when I receive the order. And then I decided to outsource the money journal. We just launched it before a few months, and the pen quality, the paper quality, that as in this process we understood the difficulty of manufacturing a product. It's not as easy as it looks. When making the calendar itself, there were so many testing phases we did. The printing might go wrong, the cutting might go wrong, the shape might go wrong, and so many technical difficulties and so many wastage are there. So this year we have decided to outsource all the products step by step, and this is our story of starting the business. Let me continue in a while. Before that, let's move on to the duck portion. Now we have colored the leaf, we have colored some flowers, we have colored some water. Now let's move on to the duck. Using the same white, using the same brush, I'm just using acrylic brush, not using anything else. I'm just going to give some base color to the duck. So while painting the duck, let's move on to a new layer so that we'll have some differentiation. So just give the base color for the duck in a similar fashion. So what happened now was we have outsourced the money journal. The entire savings tracker was designed by my husband. It was illustrated by me, and the design process is what makes it more special because my husband is more of tracking each and every penny he spends. So he wanted this, it was his dream to launch this product because he himself will be using it every year. We track every penny spent in the same way, so we know the difficulties of tracking our expenses and spending. So we thought this diary will be helping so many people who are new entrepreneurs, who are just started their work, who have just got employed, or students who just started earning, or any family man who wants to save, keep track of their insurance details and everything. So this is completely outsourced and the quality is top notch. We kept it lightweighted, unlike other journals or other diaries. We did not do the hardbound. Maybe in future, depending on the demand, we'll make some changes in the cover and more designs as well. Designs and as in based on the feedback, we'll improve it. Going back, let me save this white as well. Going back to the old green, I'll just paint this leaf as well. So this is how our business started, and now we have started giving ad through Google, through Facebook, and today, as we speak, today is my first shipment, FBA shipment to Amazon. I just love this brush. Okay, sorry to get distracted. But today is my first FBA shipment because I decided to. Well, let me tell you what is FBA. FBA is fulfilled by Amazon. Until now, we have shipped it ourselves, we have packed it ourselves, and we are moving to FBA model, which is a model by Amazon where they just keep it in their inventory, and as and when order comes, they will ship it. And the claim which is made by Amazon is that you'll have more visibility if you use FBA model. So I'm just going to test that out. And instead of spending on ads more, I thought let me send it to Amazon facility. It sounded cheaper. I'm yet to test them. It sounded cheaper than giving an actual ad on Amazon. So first month my ad spent and the income was same. So just break even. I was just testing and learning along the process. And this month I've decided to send the money journal, some bookmarks to Amazon and test the sales. And based on that, let me go to the history and save this orange color as well. Save this orange as well. So I've selected two orange to color the beak. The light orange was the first layer to color it. And then I'm choosing the darker orange to color the some, do some variations in the beak and also the inner portion of the beak. That's it. Go back to the green color. Let me paint some more leaves. Let me increase the size and paint some more leaves. So this was the harsh truth. where even after giving ads and spending more, it felt like all the profits will be going as Amazon's fees and commissions. So I realized that selling on Amazon will be just a cost and no profit. But then we came to know that selling through self ship or easy ship doesn't bring any sale unless you give ad. So no one tells you this, but here I am telling the truth. So I'm just sending out my first FBA shipment today with my money journal, some of my bookmarks, some of my to-do list. It's just a sample which I'm sending. If it works well, then I'll be sending more. Moving back to the painting process, now I've completely painted with white. Now let me bring some depth to the painting. Create one more layer and go back to the blue color, first color, and slightly make it darker. Now just use the same brush. Before moving to the coloring, let's make this coloring a little bit simple. So this process can be hectic, but it will make your life easier later. So let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to select the leaf portion using this lasso tool. So after selecting one leaf, click on add. Unselect the color fill, just click on add. Now this is selected. Now select other leaves like one by one. Let me select it more precisely. Click add. Click add. Just checking if it is getting filled. So similarly, just select it and click add. These videos are going to be long and lengthy. Just chat with me and draw along with me video. Meanwhile, just know my story and how my journey goes so that it won't be boring, hopefully. So I'll tell you why I'm doing this in the later part. It will be easy for you to paint. When you select and then paint, it will not go outside the selection. Just add it. Add it. Add it. Let me check which all I have selected. Okay, there are 3 leaves pending. Let me unselect the color fill. Add. Add. No, not this leaf. This leaf. Add. So leaves are all done. Let me save it. Now this is only the leaf portion. Now don't do anything else. Before doing anything else, just select the flowers as well. Click add. Let me tell you why I'm doing this. Just select the flowers as well. So this is where my business is standing right now. So I have launched bookmarks, magnetic bookmarks, calendars, to-do fridge magnet. Also collaborated with other artists and listed their products as well, their artworks as well, and I manufacture them and send it out using the machineries which I have. I've also outsourced money journal. I'm also planning to outsource the calendar portion which is already selling well. It just needed a little push so I don't have to struggle with the precise quality, cutting, printing options. The printers options might confuse you. So it's all a journey of learning it. So I've learned a lot about these printers, about these laminating machines which I use to laminate the bookmarks. I'm just going to outsource the bookmarks as well so that the quality, I don't have to worry about the quality, and I can spend that time on other projects like making more art. So it's just my time is getting fully booked because of these manufacturing thing. So I'm not regretting the purchase of printers and other machines because that led me explore and that made me realize that manufacturing is very difficult and outsourcing is the best option. And one more tip is, okay, before moving on to the next tip, let me tell you how to save. Select the save and load, select one more. So one saving is just the leaves and the other saving is leaves and flowers. And let me tell you one more tip. Go back, just press invert, and now the background will be selected other than leaves if you press invert. Let me show you. Now if you save, can you see here? The white portion is the water portion and the leaves are all not selected. So it will invert the selection. The leaves will not be get selected and the water will get selected. Now this is where we are going to color. Just click this, click it again, go to save and load and select the selection 3. Now go back to the brush, select a different brush and let me save this darker color as well. And now let me just color the water. So can you see here? Since you have selected already, let me reduce the opacity to 40%. Since you have selected, it will just color the water and ignore all the leaves. This is also a pressure sensitive brush. So as you use more pressure, it's darker, and as you move up, use less pressure to make it lighter. Just to bring some variation. Increase the opacity to 60%, around 60%, and increase the brush size to 26% and again color the bottom portion, make it more dark, and as you move up, okay, now the duck is also getting colored because the duck was not selected. You can select that as well, but for now I'm just coloring but being cautious of not coloring above the duck. Since I'm coloring it in a different layer, you can always erase the portion. You select a round brush and erase the portion where you have colored. Now the water is ready. Let me give some shadows to the duck. I think it's already 40 minutes I'm recording this video. Let me create one layer. Let me move this water below. Now one more layer above the duck and then put it in clipping mask. So clipping mask will make sure you paint only above the objects which is painted underneath in the underneath layer. In the underneath layer there is only duck and few leaves below. So we are just going to paint some shadows on the duck. So I'm just putting it under clipping mask. Go back to the color palette, just selecting a very light blue over here and saving this color so that I can give it to you in the description. Now let's carve out the neck. increase the opacity, reduce the size to 4%, and now just give some structure and shadows to the neck. Go back to the color, move the color towards the violet and select the lighter violet. To make the lower portion of the duck a little bit more darker. That's it. Now let me take the green, dark green color. Now let me take a dark bluish color and then move the selection and go back to the duck layer and color the eye. I can see the eye portion alone is not colored. Let me color the eye. To give it more in detail, go to sketching, select the Derwent pencil and color the eye. It still gives some texture, but it is more in control. You can make it prettier by just drawing some eyelashes to the baby duck as well. And go back to the pure white, this white, and just color around the eyeball and some reflections on the eyeball. Okay. Oh, okay. Since I drew on that layer on the clipping mask, it was not visible. Now I'm just giving some highlights to the eye as well. Go back to the white color. Eye color also is, let me save it and color it. That's it. Now let's start giving details. Let me merge these two duck layers. Let me merge these two layers as well. So one water and one duck. Create one more new layer. Now again go to the selection, go to the save and load, select the third selection and go to the brush, increase the size, go to the painting brush and select the acrylic brush. Now I'm just increase the brush size and make sure that the bottom of the water layer is more dark. So and then go to the green, dark green, make it little darker. Save. I'm just saving this green and just coloring the top portion little bit here just to represent some plants. Now moving on to the old blue, dark blue, let me draw some ripples. Reduce the size and draw some ripples around the duck. Just giving some highlights to the dark as well. So I'm going to use the same brush the rest of my painting. Let me fast forward this detailing process. So what I'm doing here is just trying to check how to give some light reflections. So what I did is I created a new layer, selected the brush, selected acrylic only, selected white color and giving some white reflections, just some lines. I'm just going to select this, make it, select the freeform, make it little bit thinner, go to the layer, make it little bit lighter, erase some of the lines, make it little cleaner, just erasing some, just testing it out how it looks. Now go to the effects, no, not sharpen, go to the bloom and increase the bloom effect. It's blooming right now and reduce the opacity and go to the Gaussian blur to slightly smudge it. Slightly smudge it. Use your finger to smudge it. Now let me select some green color, light green color and give some more reflections, ripple effects. Select white color as well and give some ripples here and there. Now select the, let me save this green over here and then let me select a darker green, this green. Now let me give shadows to the leaves. So create one new layer, go to the selection. You remember we saved the leaf and the flower. Select the second selection. Now select the brush, same acrylic brush and size around 7% and just give some shadows, some textures to the leaves. I always wanted to try acrylic paints but never got a chance. My main medium of trying through traditional paint is watercolor. I just love the watercolor texture and everything. And this digital acrylic paint seems to be so good and it gives a good feel of the traditional paint. The texture, the color mixing, and everything looks so good. I just love this brush now. I'll have more tutorials on this. Just random shadows should be fine. Since I'm using selection, if even if you paint outside the leaves and water, it will not paint. So it will give you more freedom and less anxiety of painting inside the leaf. There is one tip to make your art more brighter. If you want, you can do that. I usually do it. Let me show you that. Now, in around like 70% of the painting is done. Now, what I do is I just merge all the layers into one single layer. Now, duplicate it, and then in the second layer, put it in color 1. It makes the entire painting so bright. I don't want this much brightness. Just reduce it to 20%. Let me check if the brightness is enough. Let me increase it to 30%. 25% is good. I don't want more than that. The texture is good. Just love the texture. Now let's make it. Let me merge these two. If you don't want to merge, you can keep it as it is. It will be more brighter. If you merge, there will be a slight color variation. Now let me tell you how to add some brightness and some shadows. First, let me talk about the shadows. Put it in multiply mode. Create a new layer. Put it in multiply mode. Select any brush you want. I'm just going for a different brush. Go to airbrush, soft brush. Now select, since I'm using a green color, let me select the green color only, same but little bit darker. Now go to the selection, go to the third selection on the water. Now we are going to paint on the water. Select the brush and let's paint some shadows. Reduce the opacity to 70% and paint some shadows. So the leaves shadow will be falling on the water. So let's paint some shadows. Okay. While painting the shadow of the duck, be careful because the duck right now is not selected. Even the flowers will have some shadows. Go back to the selection. Long press the selection. Select the first selection, no, the second selection. And no, let it be on third selection. Let me finish. and it has drip. So this is the effect of having a shadow. If you just uncheck and check, you can see the difference of it popping up and looks so good. Now shadow is done. Now let me draw the reflection of the duck. So what you can do is select the lasso tool, just select the duck over here, add it, and again select the duck, add it, and then select it. Okay, I'm in a different layer. Go back to the underneath layer, the first layer. Now long press it, and now select the arrow mark. Now the duck is selected. Now just use your three fingers, drop it down, copy it, and again do the three finger and paste it. Now what I've done is I just copied the duck and pasted it. Now I'm just going to flip it vertically and move it to the bottom. Let me slightly adjust this portion of the duck. Now let me bring this to the below layer and okay, let me put it in normal mode only, and let me bring it one layer up and reduce the opacity to 25%. Reduce the opacity to 25 or more, maybe 29%. Go to the selection, effects tool, Gaussian blur, and slightly blur it so that the duck will not be very clear. This is just a small reflection. You can see over here. Let me erase the portion where there is a leaf, because leaves will not have that much reflection of the duck. So I'm just erasing that. Now it is looking good. Now shadow portion is done, reflection portion is done. Let me create one more layer, put it in add mode, go to the brush, go to the painting, select acrylic, and then select a lighter color, a light yellowish color, and then go to the brush. Don't have to select acrylic. Okay, let it be. I'll tell you the next step. Just give some highlights. So top portion of the body will be very bright due to the sun. So these are the highlights you can give. The top portion of the head can be bright. These are the places where the lights gets reflected and it gives more in-depth details to the painting. Some reflections on water as well. So putting it in add mode will give more brightness to the brush. Like it will make it pop up. Okay, before continuing, let me switch off this layer, outline layer. So even the flowers feels more brighter. Don't feel disheartened if you are not able to bring any result as you like or as you wished. It will take some time. Maybe more practice might be needed, or maybe this video might not be a very beginner friendly. I'll try to make it more as in detail as possible, but keep practicing. Anyone can draw based on my understanding, but it takes a different lot of effort for everyone. It's different. Let me go back to this multiply layer, bring some shadows to this leaf and also this leaf. Selected the dark green and this leaf as well. These leaves are not having any depth. I'm just bringing some depth over here and going back to the layer 6 add mode. Let me erase, make these lines a little bit thinner. It's more bright and select the white color or light yellow color and making the duck more visible. Go back to the sketching layer and select the Doven brush and select this dark orange and okay, go back to the multiply layer. Just give some outlines to the nose portion so that it is having some structure to it. And that's it. The illustration is done. Hope you like the tutorial. And if you are also drawing along, please tag me at Tints and Tones on Instagram. And also, if you like my small story in between, please do comment below if you want more such videos. If you just want tutorials or if you just want some stories in between of me. And if you have any comments to make this video easier or more slow or if it is very long, please do comment below. And thank you for watching me until here. Please do sign your art. Bye until next video next Sunday. Thank you.